Here are a few common questions and misconceptions about DTA modeling, and I will summarize some of them and provide answers for them. The first is that DTA is running many static assignments within thin-sliced OD tables. In previous years, vendors sold DTA as a quick fix by, say, taking a 3-hour static assignment and slicing the OD tables into 15-minute increments, before calling on static assignment again for each of the new OD tables. This is completely wrong. Dynamic traffic assignment, or DTA, needs to consider time dependency. One may argue that with these sliced OD tables, the OD volume is time varying every 15 minutes. The problem is that all the link volumes are irrelevant and have no temporal dependency whatsoever, making it impossible to maintain network traffic condition consistency over time. The current link volume has nothing to do with the volume in the previous time period. The next is that DTA is a mesomodel, or that a mesomodel is DTA. This is false. Mesomodels are composed of many regional, large-scale DTA model simulations, but these simulations are only a part of the entire DTA algorithmic structure. It is fully possible to have a microscopic DTA model with a microscopic simulation. The reason why mesomodels are more often used is that with the same computing resources, a much larger network can be simulated in the DTA model in the same amount of time. The next one is that DTA models are all mesomodels. This is not necessarily true. Like we just talked about, DTA can also be performed with microscopic models. However, mesomodels are much more common, as microscopic models have much higher computing requirements simply due to the detail necessary for them. The final one is that an iterative micromodel is a DTA model. This one depends on the model you are referring to. DTA has its basic algorithmic structure with the simulation, finding the time-dependent shortest path, and path adjustment. If the time-dependent shortest path portion is swapped out for a regular instantaneous shortest path calculation, the whole process will still iterate, but that does not necessarily indicate a DTA model. Basically, a DTA model requires iteration, but an iterative process is not necessarily a DTA model if the module in between is not completing its assigned task. The main qualifier for something to be a DTA model is that it has to have an analytical, simulation-based model to describe what the time-varying congestion should be. It should also capture experience and learning in route choice, and is implicitly included in the time-dependent shortest path calculation. This experience should also be applied to how the drivers react to scenarios, such as work zones, incidents, or tolls. The reaction should not be spontaneous, but the DTA model should take that into account for long-term learning and reformation of habit.